three surviving contestants in the celebrity 15-to-1 final are Nigel Rees, Sally Jones, and Rory McGrath.
Thank you. Welcome back. Now, young Nigel, Sally and Rory, you know the rules. I went to great lengths to explain them. Let's see if we can get through with you knowing them. Put your fingers on the buzzers and let's make a start, shall we? Who is the only man this century to have been Prime Minister for a period during which he was neither a member of the House of Lords nor a member of the House of Commons? Who could that be? Alec Douglas Hume, for those 15 days in 1963. What was banned from 1747 to 1782 under the Highland Garb Act? Sally?
Wearing kilts.
Yes, wearing the tartan. What name links a king of Israel from the Old Testament with a citizen of Tarsus in the New Testament? Again, Sally.
Saul?
Yes, he became Paul. Brian Johnston, the cricket commentator, the novelist George Orwell, the jazz musician Humphrey Lyttelton.
Eton.
Yes, and Douglas Hurd. The acronym DINKY stands for Double Income, No Kids Yet. In the same context, what does sitcom stand for? Sally?
Situation comedy.
No, single income, 2 children, outrageous mortgage. The following are 3 of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. The pyramids of Giza, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, and the statue of Zeus at Olympia. 2 of the other 4, please. Sally?
The Oracle at Delphi and the statue of Diana at Ephesus.
No, well, the Temple of Artemis at Ephesus, yes. The Mausoleum of Halicarnassus, the Colossus of Rhodes, and the Pharos of Alexandria. In criminal slang, a bellman or a bellman...
He destroys the alarm system.
Rubbish.
The present King Juan Carlos has been head of state of Spain since 1975. Who had been head of state for the previous 46 years, Nigel?
General Franco.
Yes. You have 3 correct answers. The choice is now yours. Do you want the question or you want to nominate?
I'll have a question, please.
Right. What is the French word for an alcoholic drink taken as an appetizer before meals?
An aperitif.
You want the question or nominate?
I'll nominate Sally.
Sally, classical music. Whose works include the overtures A Midsummer Night's Dream and Fingal's Cave?
Mendelssohn.
Question or nominate?
Nominate Nigel.
Nigel, in which country in 1974 was an army of over 6,000 terracotta soldiers found?
China.
You want the question or nominate?
I'll have a question.
What is the art of cutting trees, shrubs or hedges into fancy shapes called?
Topiary.
Question or nominate?
Question.
What do dowsers do?
They find out where water is under the ground.
Yes, they divine. Question or nominate?
I'll nominate Rory.
Rory, what surname links a former England soccer manager, a former Archbishop of Canterbury, and a family in the television series Neighbours?
Ramsey.
You want the question or nominate?
I'll nominate Nigel.
Nigel, found in many old churchyards, from which tree were archery bows traditionally made?
You.
Question or nominate?
Question.
You know my methods. They are founded upon the observance of trifles. Whose methods?
Sherlock Holmes' methods.
Question or nominate?
I'll nominate Sally.
Sally, what is the mark under the letter C to indicate an S pronunciation in French called?
Cedilla.
Yes. Question or nominate?
Nominate Nigel.
Nigel, the Nina, the Pinta and the Santa Maria. Whose 3 ships were they in the 15th century?
Christopher Columbus.
Question or nominate?
Question.
And which famous navigator's fleet consisted of the Conception, the San Antonio, the Santiago, the Trinidad and the Victoria? Magellan. Fingers back on the buzzers, please. Specifically, when is a woman described as prima gravida? Rory.
It's pregnant, isn't it?
Specifically, I said...
First time pregnant.
It is indeed. Question or nominate?
I'll take a question, right?
In which mythology is Asgard the home of the gods whose supreme head was Thor?
I think I'll nominate. It's Norse mythology.
Yeah.
No.
Question or nominate?
Question, please, Bob.
The novel's Decline and Fall, Vile Bodies, Bride's Head Revisited. The author, please.
Even in War.
Question or nominate?
Question, please.
And in which year in the 1960s was the Cuba Missile Crisis?
Dear. It's 1963.
1962. Fingers back on the buzzers, please. What type of lace, originally from Devon, is characterised by a... Sally?
Honiton.
Question or nominate?
Question, please.
Films. In the 1930s film Little Caesar, which actor speaks the famous last line, "Mother of mercy, is this the end of Rico"?
James Cagney?
No, the great Edward G. Robinson. Stay there, Charles. Rory and Nigel. Henry VII was the first monarch of which royal house? And again, please, Nigel.
Tudor.
Question or nominate?
Question.
Attributed to Abraham Lincoln, the ballot is stronger than what?
The bullet.
Question or nominate?
Question.
William Claude Dukenfield was the real name of which US film actor?
The very wonderful W.C. Fields.
Question or nominate?
Question.
And in W.C. Fields' famous phrase, "my little chickadee," what is a chickadee?
A small chicken.
It's the last
Well,
chicken.
the answer is I'll let you have it because it's a North American bird.
Oh, you're a lovely man.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Question or nominate?
I'll nominate Rory because I think he needs
Rory, with which sport do you associate Bisley in Surrey?
Oh, that's... Oh, dear. It's,
Rifle shooting. Again, please, Nigel. Question or nominate?
Question, please.
Whose first law states that everybody will continue in a state of rest or uniform motion in a straight line unless compelled to change that state by an external force?
I've no idea.
Newton, yes.
Oh, easy one.
Yes. Fingers back on the buzzers, please. Television. Who stands in 10-acre field at Scatterbrook Farm? Yes, Rory.
Where's the damage?
He does. Question or nominate?
Question.
Virgil's epic Aeneid is modelled on works by which ancient Greek poet?
Sorry, could you repeat? Virgil's based his on... Homer.
Lucky it's Christmas time-ish.
I
Question or
wasn't sure
nominate?
whether you could say Homer before 9 o'clock in the evening.
Question or nominate?
Question. Go on.
And the Bethlehem Royal Hospital for the Insane is now...
Bedlam. Sorry, Bedlam it's now called.
That's not the question.
No, but I'm just giving you extra information.
As it's your question, I'll start it again and you can give me the correct answer.
Yeah.
Now listen, Sunshine. The Bethlehem Royal Hospital for the Insane is now part of which, or part of it, is now part of which museum?
Ah.
The Imperial War Museum. Right then, young Nigel Rees.
What happens now?
At the end of what must be the strangest episode of 15 to 1, you are surprised to be the winner, are you not? Yes.
I'm flabbergasted, yes.
All it remains for me to do is to say, listen, on the way out, if you post these 2 letters, they contain the cheques I mentioned in the opening to this programme. Thank you very much indeed, Nigel.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank
Sally,
you.
Thank you, love.
Great fun.
And you, young Rory.
Thank you.
Stay there, stay there. And I have to say that if that is Celebrity 15 to 1, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't have to wait another 395 programmes before we do it again. It only remains for me to thank Richard Whiteley, Nicholas Parsons, Barry Cryer, poor Barry, Jane Irving, Claire Rayner, Jan Leeming, David Hamilton, Anna Rayburn, Carol Vorderman, Bob Holness, Nigel Rees, Sally Jones, Rory McGrath, Matthew Paris and Nicholas Owen. We'll be back in the spring with a new series. Until then, goodbye.